that is voting for the...
But Alistair, if there's so much hate for one guy, if everything goes as badly as you're saying it will...
I'm not saying it's going to go badly, I'm saying it's undemocratic.
Well, no, yeah, if that's the case, then there'll be so much backlash that one of them will resign.
There's not though. There's no reason why a guy should resign. Bret Kavanaugh, his whole life, there's no reason why he should resign at all.
But you're saying it's undemocratic, so you'd want them
I do think it's undemocratic. Because by chance, the fact that there's enough people in the Senate to vote on a Republican nominee, okay, which hadn't been for years, hasn't been a majority like that for years, and it won't be after the midterms. There's a Republican president, and there's an extremely hardcore conservative. You can like him or not, but there's some hard conservative nominee. So the three most powerful things at the minute are Republican. And that's not because of people voting, it's because it's just based on time. It's like the timing of an eclipse. It's very lucky time for right-wing people. And I think it's undemocratic. I disagree.
So democracy has landed us in a position where we have Republicans everywhere, left, right and centre.
Yes.
And so that's democratic. But when we have a Republican Supreme Court, that's undemocratic.
Yes.
And that actually doesn't make any sense. Because if people voted for Republicans and they've got Republicans and they want a Republican Supreme Court, then you're the one being undemocratic by saying that we can't let the people have what they want.
No, I don't think that. I think it's just lucky. I think it's lucky that I would say the same thing as the Democrats, because I don't like either parties. I think it's just a very lucky time for Republicans right now, where they can be in a position where they've got a Republican president who's going to nominate a Republican candidate, and a Republican candidate will get forward because there's a Republican majority in the Senate.
People want the Republicans, and they're getting the Republicans. So it's not up to you to say that's undemocratic, because you're wrong if you say that. Let me just remind you that democracy is demokratia, which means the power of the people. The people have voted for Republicans. They have the Senate, they have the president, and now they're going to have the Supreme Court probably. And you're not in any position to say that's undemocratic when that's what they voted for. I just think that's far too much power given to one party, especially when one party was outvoted by another party, but that party won simply because of how the messed up electoral system in America works. Well, at the end of the day, they won, Alistair.
Yeah, but they only won because of the poor electoral system right now in America.
Yeah, well, the only reason UKIP didn't get any seats was because of the poor electoral system in the UK.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's the same.
Democratically, UKIP should have got. You could have got more seats. Yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't, and no one's complaining about it. So the point is, just because
a lot. You complained about it. I remember you complained about it a lot.
You don't like Donald Trump, do you?
Not particularly. No. Do you like him?
Yeah. So I know you don't like him. So the point is that just because you disagree with him and things start going in his favour, you can't just start saying it's democratic, right? Yes, I'll admit that I was annoyed when UKIP didn't get many seats in 2015, and I was a bit of a bitch about it, and that was that. I just took it on the chin. And
so have you risen over yourself? Like you were back then?
Yes, and that you're failing to do that. You disagree with Donald Trump, and you're saying, "Oh, I'm going to sit in the UK and diss the US's American system because I don't like Donald Trump, just because things are going in his way."
Because this is the biggest court in the world. It's going to affect all of us, James.
Yes.
This is massive. This is the most powerful country in the world, most powerful court in the world, and these guys are going to be probably one of the most powerful people in the world. One of the most powerful non-people in the world.
And their citizens voted for that.
Technically, they didn't, technically, did they?
Well, they technically did.
3 million people voted more for Hillary.
They voted for Republican. They got Republican. Donald Trump's president. We're going to have a Supreme Court, which is Republican. Just
3 million more people voted for Clinton, technically, but didn't they?
Huh?
3 million people technically voted more for Clinton, but...
Yes, but more states voted for Trump, so...
Because of the messed up electoral system.
Well, I don't think that's just how it works.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. It's like our system over here. It's like our system over here, but worse.
Not really.
Yeah, over here because over there their system.
So unemployment's at an all-time low. Wages are going up. Taxes are being decreased.
James, this is about the electoral system.
Yeah, so people voted for Democrats. The Democrats have improved the country, and now they're going to have a Democrat Supreme Court.
No, that's the things that probably won't happen though, and that's good that probably won't happen. It's all about timing. It's all about timing, James.
Okay.
I don't.
And what?
I think that's undemocratic, and I don't think this is going to go anywhere because I think we're both going to keep with that, and I don't think we can argue anymore.
Yes, but Alistair, you don't seem to see that you are not an American person, right?
No, I'm not. So
you can't call it undemocratic because you're not in that situation, right? We are in this, right. Let's pretend we're American. I voted for Trump and you voted for Hillary. I'm not saying that you would, but let's just say you did.
Okay.
Right? You would say it's undemocratic, when I would say no, it's not. It's perfectly democratic because that's what the majority voted for. And whether you like it or not, the majority did vote for it.
The majority of what? Voted for what?
People voted for Bret. Voted for Republicans.
No, they didn't.
They voted for Bret.
That's the thing.
Did.
No, that's not. It's not. The popular vote was carried by Clinton.
Okay, and who won? Trump, because more states voted for Trump.
Yeah, but not more people voted for Trump. More states voted for Trump because of how their electoral system works.
Yes. So Trump won.
Because of the first past the post system.
Yeah, so Trump won.
Yeah, but he didn't.
Are you telling me Trump didn't win?
Well, I mean, and typically, let's have a look at the Obama versus Mitt Romney, okay?
Yeah.
Versus
I was in America at the time, yeah.
Well, actually, what was it like?
Interesting, because everyone was very pro-Obama at the time, and now I see through his lies, and I realised that I should have been pro-Romney.
Yeah. I mean, Obama won the popular votes, and Obama also won the presidency. He won that in 2012, in 2008. The same thing happened in 2004, where John Kerry was beaten by George W. Bush, won the popular vote, won the presidency. Same thing happened in 2000. Yeah. So that's the previous 5 elections. Okay. Actually, no, it didn't happen in 2000 because George W. Bush won the electoral vote but didn't win the popular vote. So that's 5 systems where the guy that won the most votes didn't get in.
Yes, because
one of the most votes did get in. Okay, that's good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, regardless of whether you're a Republican or Democrat, do you think that the person that gets the most votes should win?
Well, no.
Why not?
Because let's go back to the last episode of city states. Let's pretend that there's 100 city states, and
yes.
I come along and say I'm going to be king of all of you. Vote for me or vote for Alistair. Right now, if 60 city states vote for you, but 100,000 more people vote for me, then the governments, the federal states, the people in that state want to be controlled by me. But how it's worked out is they're controlled by you, just because of the number of people. Now, if you want to have a perfectly fair system, Alistair, you'll have to make sure that every single state has the exact same number of people in it. Now, that's absolutely stupid because you'll have to be moving people out of their houses to sort them out spread them out across the United States, right?
No, I just don't think...
And you have to make sure that on one day of every 5 years, every single person will have to be in that precise place where they can vote in their allocated state. Okay? Now, I'm not going to turn around and say to someone, oh, you're not allowed to go on holiday, you're not allowed to go visit another state on this day of the week, because you have to go and vote in your allotted area of land, which I've just told you where to go. That's wrong.
But the thing is, James. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Okay,
that's not democratic.
Over me then. People go where they like, they vote for who they like, and it's worked out that Trump won and Hillary didn't. Thank God, because Hillary's a psycho.
She is a psycho, yeah, but more people voted for her than Trump. But because there are some states like Rhode Island where there are far less people than California, okay, they still have 2 governors, okay? Rhode Island and both California have 2 governors.
Have every right to vote for who they want to vote for.
Of course they do, but that's not my point. My point is that they have far more voting power than Californians.
And?
What do you mean, and? That's undemocratic. That's the point.
What's your solution to it then?
What's my solution to it? Make it more proportional. Introduce a proportional system, an AV-style system, where the amount of people correlates to how many governors are in a state.
And how many votes should there be? How many votes should there be between if it was close, how many votes should there be between each person to decide who wins?
Well, I mean, just simple. If one person's got one more vote, then that one person has to win, doesn't it?
Right. So
I mean, if it's between two people, okay, then the person who gets more votes should win. Do you not agree?
Well, not entirely, no. Because,
why not? Why not?
Because if that happened, then Hillary would be in power, and that'd be a disaster.
Yeah, but that's James. That's just your view, though. Okay,
and that's similarly the view of the American people. That's why Trump's in power.
No, it's not similarly the American people. More Americans voted for Hillary.
Of states voted for Trump.
Yes, because in some states, some people's votes are worth more than others. I think that's undemocratic. Texans' votes are worth less than Massachusetts, okay? Rhode Island votes are worth more than Californians. Montana votes are worth more than Delaware's, and South Carolina's votes are worth... Alaskan votes are worth less than, say Oklahoma. I think that's incredibly democratic. I think everyone's vote should be the same.
Alaska's smaller than Oklahoma, but okay.
No, it's not. It's not about the state. It's the population of it. And Alaska does have a smaller population than Oklahoma, I think. And if not, then I'm wrong. But
okay, that's irrelevant. So yeah, fair enough. But I'm not going to hold you to numbers.
At 3.9 million, Oklahoma does indeed have a larger population than Alaska, which has 739,000 inhabitants. The more you know.
But do you not think that... So, yeah, but what you're saying is you have to get rid of federal states. You have to get rid of states and just have one country.
No, I don't think that at all. I just think that the amount of people in each state should be proportional to the amount of congressmen that are in each state.
So we should have to.
I mean, there kind of already is that in one of the courts. Like there are two courts where one court is proportional to the amount of people in each state. The other courts, every single state gets two people. Okay, so the same as Rhode Island, which has James. Guess how many people in Rhode Island?
1,000. Maybe?
I'll have a look now. Rhode Island.
A few hundred thousand.
Is the second most, but is the seventh least populous, and has a combined amount of people of
100,000, maybe.
Yeah, let's say about a couple 100,000 people. Now, what about California? How many people do you think are in California?
A few million maybe.
39 million.
Right.
And in Rhode Island there are 1 million.
Yep.
And how many people? How many governors are in Rhode Island?
2.
And how many are in California?
2.
So each vote in California is 39 times less as powerful as a vote in Rhode Island.
Yes, because the governors...
Are you telling me that's fair?
Yeah.
How is that fair? Everyone's vote should be equal to each other.
No.
Yes.
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah, why not?
Because
you just literally said in your last podcast that's what we wanted to happen. You wanted there to be.
Did not say that.
They want people to vote on the prime minister directly.
Previously on part 1 of this episode of Review of the Week.
Do you really believe that we should have direct democracy then when it comes to elections? Like we should direct prime ministers. We should vote on prime ministers and not vote on the candidates.
Yes. Yeah, clearly. I think that's a very good idea.
Which is what I'm saying.
Yes, but that's why I first said that we should have city-states, because I think it's unfair for people in California to vote on what governor or what president rules in Rhode Island, because they're literally different corners of the country.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's why there are things called state laws.
If one governor in California or one president in California says, right, we're going to have £1 million investment in California because I like California and that's where I'm from, and then all of a sudden the people in Rhode Island don't get their potholes fixed because no one cares about them, then that's unfair. They have to have a voice.
The thing is, so James, that there is that, okay, because there are state laws.
No, they don't, because
there are state laws and state budgets.
Yeah. So states look after themselves, and each state counts as one state, and people in that state vote for the person who wants to look after that state.
Yeah,
what you're saying is people are unequal, but I'm saying under your system, states would be unequal.
But those two people vote on issues that affect the whole of the country. Those two people